This week on the Jock and Nerd Podcast, we review Bugonia, plus highlights from this year's Academy Awards and Razzies nominations and trailer reactions for Masters of the Universe, Shelter, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, Invincible Season 4, Monarch Season 2, and more. All in this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Monday, January 26th, 2026.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. Why? I don't know.
Check one. All right. This is for all you fans out there. Let's give it up. We jock it, we nerd it. We funny, disturb it. We jock it, we nerd it. We spoiler alert. Oh yeah!
Oh, what is up, listener? How's it going? Thank you for pressing play, and welcome to the Jock and Nerd Podcast, where we give you comic book and superhero TV and movie news, reviews, and whatever we choose. Jock and Nerd. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's a nerd.
And joining us, a fella who shaved his head and covered himself with antihistamine cream just to get ready for the show. He wants us to call him Yorgos Rugtimos now, but I'm just going to call him Rug Boy.
Hi.
Whoa.
Oh, so soft-spoken with that antihistamine.
Yeah,
cream.
I don't want. Yeah, all my histamine is gone.
He's got no more histamine. He was taking, no, get that cream off. We need Ruggs' histamine back. I think that's what powers you, Ruggs.
What is histamine?
I don't know.
The opposite of hertamine.
Yes.
No.
There's there to mean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have to be politically correct.
Yes. Everybody has it to mean.
Yeah, to mean. Everyone's to mean.
Ruggs, you really shaved your head off because of that lice situation, didn't you?
No, I just wanted to look more like a penis.
Well done.
I was like, people have been calling you a dickhead for such a long time. I should really make it happen.
He was going, man, these turtlenecks aren't doing enough for me. I got to do something else to make me look like a penis.
Let me round it up on top and
Yeah,
get the...
I'm wearing a very light peach turtleneck.
From the back, you're like, that's a walking penis.
And you know what? I feel like I can take this one step further.
All right, work on the penis silhouette. Also, the silhouette's got to look great. But in the meantime, fellas, we're gonna geek out, warm up with some trailers and some geek news.
If I wore a turtleneck and had my head shaved,
Yeah.
but I had like a furry scarf, you know,
Yeah, I could see it.
It'd have to be all like kind of like different shades of a cream kind of color, maybe.
No,
yeah. Well,
cream.
my
Not
pubes,
dark mink fur.
It would be.
Well, no, the scarf would be towards more like I see what you're going with. Okay,
Yeah,
all
I'm trying
right,
to make a full on.
the full. Yeah, I see. What
I
you're
need a
doing.
full effect. Yes.
If you're a bald white man, you need to rock a salmon turtle top. It's the best look. Try it out. Get out there. Send us a photo. Okay, let's get started.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Well, we got to follow up, fellas, with what we talked about last week. Anthony made his Oscar nominations predictions, and now we have the actual Oscar nominations.
Geek Boner.
So I'm going to turn it over to you, Anthony. Give me a couple of highlights. We can talk about, I got what we think, but how close percentage-wise did
Real
you get?
percentage?
Yeah, did you do the numbers?
Do you have a graph?
I got
Is there a
none of the
chart?
above.
Damn
but, for the best picture, for what it's worth, there is a bonus show that either has come out already or will come out. Rug or Imran can correct me there if it's already come out.
It'll be next.
It'll be next. So
In the
it'll be.
feed.
It's coming out after this show.
Yes.
Okay.
With
There-
special guest.
With special guest Gerald Morris, aka the Awards Garage,
Oh, yeah.
on YouTube. So we get pretty nerdy about it there, but we'll also talk about it here. So for best picture, I got 9 out of 10 correct.
Oh, nice.
Some of the other acting awards, I think like best actor, I was 5 for 5.
Nice.
Best actress, 4 for 5. Best supporting, I think I was 4 for 5, and then I think best supporting actress, I might have been 3 for 5, or maybe 4 for. I think 4 for 5 there. No, 3 for 5. Excuse me. No, 4 for 5. Excuse me. 4 out of 5. So I missed at least once on a couple of them.
Those pretty good numbers, though. That's not bad.
Someone correct me. If you listen to it and I'm wrong, it's because I'm doing this all off memory right now.
Run it through ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the big
highlights.
Yeah. Highlights. What's the big story? What's the big story?
I mean, the big story is Sinners, right? So you've got it in here. It broke the all-time record, 16 nominations.
That's crazy.
Broke the all-time record with, even if it didn't have the new category, which was best casting, it still would have broke the record. So Sinners is an all-timer, beating Titanic, All About Eve, and La La Land.
Yeah, 14 was the previous record. It didn't just like tie it by one. Like, that's crazy.
Right, and then one battle after another, 13, Frankenstein 9, Marty Supreme 9, Sentimental Value 9. Warner Brothers had a big day with with One Battle and Sinners, getting around 30.
That's crazy. Good year for Warner Brothers.
Yeah, the big surprises, I would say, if we want to get like a little nerdy, I think there were people that had it predicted, but I didn't. F1 sneaking into getting the best picture.
Yeah, that's
a little
fun.
bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
The biggest surprise, I think, of the day that made the most people happy was Delroy Lindo getting in for best supporting. No one really had that predicted. So that was cool because he's never been nominated. He's had a long career. Wicked got nothing.
Dude, that's crazy.
Completely blanked.
Wicked went from 10 Oscar nominations just a year ago to fucking 0.
Yeah, Wicked got a 0.
Too many good movies this year.
A lot of good movies, yeah. Wicked was not considered one of the better ones. Yeah, no, I'm curious what you guys think of some of these movies, or if you want to, like, how you want to do this, Imran. So I'll go over to you, and then hear what you guys have to say. And
the other interesting stat is Tim Chalamet gets his third Best Actor nomination for Marty Supreme, but he's the youngest actor since Marlon Brando to do that. That's kind of wild.
Yeah.
And we could just talk about Best Picture because I don't want to spoil your guys' show. I listened to half of it. I got through half of it. It's very good conversation. Ruggs, any thoughts on the nominations that came up here?
For Best Picture, I think they're all pretty good. I've never seen A Secret Agent.
Yeah, so for Best Picture,
Sentimental Value, but everything else is something I thought was Oscar worthy when I watched it.
I don't know if you haven't seen Hamnet either, right? Just to be clear.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I have
so
not
that's
seen
you putting 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
Yes.
so the Best Picture ended up being Bugonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. And it's a crazy year because we reviewed 6 of these movies. I've seen 7 of them. That's not happened, I think, in the whole time we've done this podcast. So I don't know what that says about the Oscars or about us, but that's kind of fun. I mean, you have a monster movie, a vampire movie, a fucking racing dad movie.
Yeah. No, it's a pretty good. Sorry to interrupt there, Imran. I would say it's a pretty well-rounded grouping of 10 movies. You're getting, like you said, a variety there. A lot of couple big budget, couple horror, different genres. Even One Battle. It's a PTA movie, but it's more of like an action thriller type, right? So, I think it's a pretty good crew of 10 movies.
Can I ask?
Represents the year well. Go ahead.
What you think besides Frankenstein, because I know you don't like that movie, the weakest one here?
Well, I mean, everyone, the cinephiles would definitely disagree with me, but I think The Secret Agent is my weakest.
I knew you were going to say.
The cinephile Oscar community all was pretty upset that F1 got in.
Oh, boo-hoo. Give it a rest. Come on. It's a fun movie.
Well, they just say it's very, it's okay. Like, it's a good movie, but it's not like a mind-blowing movie. I would disagree. I really like F1, but...
Didn't Top Gun Maverick get nominated for Best Picture?
It did.
Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick did.
Here you go. This is your Top Gun Maverick of the
typically now with 10 movies, the Oscars will probably stick in. You get usually like 2 blockbusters.
I am surprised there was Weapons only got Best Supporting for Amy Madigan.
Best Supporting, yeah.
That's it, right? Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
But they already got like 2 horror monster movies in the fucking running for things.
Yeah. I mean, Sinners, and if you consider Frankenstein a horror movie, that's 2. So, yeah, I think overall it's a strong year of films, and very curious to see if One Battle is going to be the winner, or if with the momentum Sinners has, 16 nominations, maybe Sinners can challenge it. So we'll see.
I feel like it's a little more up in the air now with that 16 nominations.
It is,
which is
definitely.
So Sinners, Best Picture, Director, Actor for Michael B. Jordan, Supporting Actress, Wunmi Musako, Supporting Role, Delroy Lindo, Original Screenplay, Casting, Production Design, Cinematography, Costume Design, Film Editing, Makeup and Hairstyling, Sound, Visual Effects, Original Score, and Original Song for I Lied to You. That's almost like every major category.
We got almost everything.
That's wild. The only other movies to do this, it's the 7th movie to do this. So you had Dune, Mad Max Fury Road, The Revenant, Hugo, Master and Commander, and Titanic is really the closest in terms of this domination here.
Yeah. Domination.
Domination. So yes, 14 nominations was the previous record held by All About Eve, Titanic, and La La Land. And then I did wonder this, the record for most wins of an Oscars. Do you know what it is? Mr. Anthony Polanski?
Was it Oppenheimer?
No, there's 3 movies.
Titanic is one of them, right?
Won the most. Yes. How many is the most, and what are the 3 movies? This is your trivia question.
5?
What? No. 5 Oscars?
Yeah.
No. Higher.
Was it like 11?
Yes. 11 is the record for number of Oscars won for Titanic and 2 other movies.
Give us like a century.
1 is old from the 50s and 1 is from the 2000s.
From the 50s? How Green Is My Valley?
No.
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Ben-Hur, 1959.
Okay.
Oh.
And Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, 2003.
Oh, all right.
Won, and Titanic won 11 Oscars.
Lord of the Rings won 11 Oscars?
The last one, right? Yeah, the last one.
My
they were
God.
like, here's all this stuff for you now, Peter Jackson. We get it. Took 3 movies to get there.
Yeah, well, it is a masterpiece.
I don't expect Sinners to win that many, but
No, Sinners is not going to win all those. No. We go into it pretty in depth, me and Gerald. But I don't see Sinners it's not going to win everything.
And no superhero movies, which is fine. For what it's worth, it's fine. But like even in the visual effects categories, I was kind of surprised.
The surprise in the visual effects actually was, and it does deserve it, but no one had Jurassic World Rebirth.
Oh, Jurassic World. What? Okay, what is the VFX? Oh, here's the VFX. Avatar: Fire and Ash, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, The Lost Bus, and Sinners. Okay, so The Lost Bus is also interesting. This is an Apple TV movie starring Matthew McConaughey and the girl from Superstore, America Ferrera. She was in Barbie. And essentially, it's like a school bus driving through a fucking forest that's in the middle of a wildfire to save kids. The movie was all right. The shots of them driving through the fire are pretty fucking crazy looking. And it's very impressive. So I didn't think it was like Oscar impressive, but I guess they did, which is, I was surprised with The Lost Bus.
Well, maybe they're all from California. They lived through a forest fire. It probably hit close to home.
Yeah, it was part of the movie was about that. Did you see The Lost Bus, Ruggs?
No.
It's on Apple TV Plus. It's worth checking out, if you're bored.
Throw it on.
The takeaway from the Jurassic World Rebirth is that anything Gareth Edwards does, people are just like, oh yeah, he's going to get nominated for whatever he does.
Did Creator get nominated?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, that was a pretty good movie.
Well, he does great effects. He does. I mean, he's good at that.
Yeah. So
the one we talked about briefly on the Patreon, and we do talk about it with Gerald, but I do want to bring this up to you guys.
Yes.
The biggest surprise that I don't think anyone had was Avatar getting a Best Costume nomination. Curious what you guys would do. You think that's a good nomination?
It's a little dodgy. It's a little dodgy because I could see that when you design a costume, you don't just start out. There's multiple ways you could go about it. You can costume design by shopping. You could shop your way to a costume and assemble it. So you don't actually have any hands on other than buying it and putting it on and like me tailoring it. But then you got people who actually have to recreate things and create costumes and like things that don't exist. And then there's people, but those also start out as sketches and probably designs that are on the computer.
Yeah.
But the ones in Avatar were never actually made.
That is incorrect.
What do you mean?
I did a little research, and I think this is completely valid. Everybody needs to back the fuck off. I'm going to defend on behalf of the artists here. First of all, any costume starts with a sketch. Black and white color. If you drew out a costume, you are designing it. That's the design. It's completely valid. But I looked it up and I put a link in here. There's a video behind the scenes for Avatar. They actually created the weapons and the costumes for each of the clans, and then they scanned that shit in. But they physically made these costumes in real life. Scanned it in and used it to render it on the movie over the mocap performance. So these costumes exist. They
do exist. I would say it's a gray area because I think there's something to be said about costumes and actually filming them and seeing how they perform on screen. And you're not getting that when you digitally add them onto somebody.
I can agree.
Even though if they were physically actually created, those costumes weren't moving through time and space.
I can agree with that maybe it's a little unfair because the other nominees are Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sinners.
Right.
And Ruthie Carter always wins the Oscar. She did Sinners. I think she's probably going to win again. And yes, it's a little different, but they did make these costumes and put them on people to see how they move so they can observe for the animation. And all the clans had different shit. It all had to be handmade. So at first I thought it was weird, but then I looked it up and I was like, oh shit, they made these fucking costumes.
I think if you have the stipulation that they were made and re-scanned in, I think you can squeeze it in there, but I don't think that any digital costume design willy-nilly should be considered. I think it's maybe just VFX at that point, but I do think that there is a whole art form that is designing in the computer that should be having a award or something.
I mean, if it was just like computer designed costumes and 3D program, like maybe then that's actual VFX. But I saw you the video. They made these fucking costumes. They exist.
I watched it. I did see that.
So, I mean, it's a good question. And they made the costumes. Anyways, 98th Academy Awards, March 15th, hosted by Conan O'Brien. We'll have Gerald on right before to pick his brain about who will win, who should win, fun stuff like that. In the meantime, listener, let us know what you think about the nominations. You can join this conversation. Join our Facebook group. It's called Jock and Nerd Nation. Jock and Nerd. It is a closed, private, exclusive group just for you. Link in the episode description. All right, fuck your Oscars, Anthony. This is the real awards I like. The Razzies.
Oh.
Razzies. Big winners this year, or big losers. Snow White and Ice Cube's War of the Worlds. Getting 6 nominations each. The Razzies has some fun categories like worst screen combo. The nominees being all 7 dwarfs from Snow White, James Corden and Rihanna from Smurfs, Ice Cube and his Zoom camera from War of the Worlds, Robert De Niro and Robert De Niro for Alto Nights as Frank and Vito, and then the last one's hilarious. The Weeknd and his colossal ego, Hurry Up Tomorrow, which was a very bad movie, and I don't know who is letting The Weeknd make fucking movies. Who is this person? This is not a good idea. None of them have been good. The worst picture nominations are these Electric State, Russo Brothers, Hurry Up Tomorrow, Weekend, Snow White, Star Trek Section 31, and War of the Worlds. I think War of the Worlds should win everything. That movie.
There was a Star Trek movie?
Well, it was only on Paramount. It wasn't released. It was streaming with Michelle Yeoh, and I heard it was really, really bad. Ruggs, are you aware of this Star Trek movie?
I'm aware everybody shitting on it. Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Anthony, did anybody watch Snow White?
No.
I never saw it.
No, I didn't see it either.
War of the Worlds, though, is the movie that everyone talks about. But you guys have watched The Electric State.
Yes. Terrible.
That was bad.
Terrible. The Russo brothers also nominated for Worst Director. The most expensive, terrible movie. It looks great. They spend so much money. The movie's terrible.
Yeah, it was a convoluted waste of money. It was a lot of money and without a good movie.
Did you, Ruggs, you saw that movie In the Lost Lands with Bautista and Millie?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, Dave Bautista gets Worst Actor nomination for.
Oh, yeah, he's horrible in that. I mean, the movie's just horrible, but
Ruggs, I'll have you know that Sylvester Stallone, the guy that looks like he's got an appearance on here as worst supporting actor in Alarum. I don't even know what this movie is.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What is this Alarum? This got a lot of nominations on the Razzies, and I have never heard of
no,
this.
it was a very low budget movie that I think it's him in a
Scott Eastwood.
Yeah.
Willa Fitzgerald is in this, and Mike Coulter. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's not like it just was bad, I guess. I don't know. I didn't see it.
I would have figured you would have seen some of these movies.
I never popped up anywhere where I would watch it. I don't even know where it's streaming.
I had never heard of Alarm until I started looking at, and they got a photo of Stallone and Eastwood in here. But the Razzies is
You love the Razzies.
It's fun. It's fun. It's silly. You got to balance it out. All right. Look, yeah.
I can tell you what's going to be a future Razzie than what you're going to talk about next.
Let's talk about future Razzie. We got a bunch of trailers for
Michael, the movie Michael. I know that.
No, shut your mouth. It's blasphemous. That's going to be an Oscar-winning $1 billion movie.
Everyone's going to weep throughout that film. And
that movie's going to be closer to. I bet you that movie's closer to getting Razzies than Oscars.
Dude, if Bohemian Rhapsody made like $800 million, the Michael biopic should take like $2 billion.
Yeah, but they had to refilm everything.
They did just the back half, just the third act. They weren't supposed to use the guy, the kid, and the family. Whoops.
I think that one's on a road. I think that one's going to be a disaster.
Oh God.
Let's go into other disasters.
The other disaster may be Masters of the Universe. We got our first full teaser trailer. We had fun talking about this on the past Discord just last week, but
No, you got to go to Ruggs. I mean,
Okay.
this is his baby.
Ruggs,
He made the film.
Ruggs, this is your baby. You're a producer, executive producer, and
Yeah.
director.
sure.
And look, we are of the generation, the only generation that would give a shit about this IP in 2026. They tried to make a movie in 1986 with Dolph Lundgren, was the worst movie, but fun to talk about. And now we have.
I don't know. This one's going to give it a run for its money,
Do
probably.
you? I mean, see, I can. Okay, let's just give me your overall
I'm kidding a little bit, but
feels of it's Travis
Okay,
Knight.
so-
You got some great casting in here.
let me just give you a precursor to this. All right. So when Masters of the Universe came out when I was a kid,
Yeah.
I was like prime age for He-Man. And the way that Masters of the Universe came out, initially, there was no TV show. There was a comic book
Right.
that was included with each figure that
The
you would get
toys. Yeah.
that would tell you the story. And that was so badass. I mean, imagine it was like a Conan the Barbarian type story with magic and technology. And it was like magic meets like robots and all that stuff. But it was very much played so straight, like a regular adventure comic. Then the TV show comes out. And I fucking hated that show.
The comic was like
Because-
dark and gritty, and yeah.
Yeah, it was like a Conan book.
Yeah.
And then the show, they lightened it up and they made it like a joke.
Same thing that happened to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right. So the initial He-Man figures and the comic book is what I really loved. And then I hated the show.
I mean, the original card art was like almost like Frank Frazetta high fantasy
That's where
illustrations.
The people who designed the initial He-Man were going off of like John Carter, Frank Frazetta's John Carter, and Conan and a bunch of other stuff too. Like they're talking about Buck Rogers, they were talking about Flash Gordon.
So
they
you
were talking about
you make a good point, because I was gonna bag being on this. I'm like that the original source is silly, but it's not. The original source is some solid fantasy foundation.
So anyway,
The
so that
show fucks
cartoon
it up.
comes out.
Yeah.
That becomes the meme. Everybody knows that cartoon. But then somebody said, let's make the show like it was like the comic. Let's bring it more like the comic was. And they made a show in the 2000s.
Yeah.
And that was actually really good.
Yeah.
And it still had a little bit of humor in there because they're still trying to please those fans. But I felt like, you know what? This is kind of a cool sci-fi thing that that exists in its own universe, like a Star Wars or whatever.
Yeah.
But when they made that movie with Dolph Lundgren, they had to bring it to Earth, and I fucking hated it then.
Yeah. That's
And
bad
then I
decision.
watched this trailer, and they had fucking Earth in there,
Yeah.
and I fucking hate it now. Now, in the cartoon, which I hate, they wrote that He-Man's mother was from Earth to make it canon.
Right.
So technically, there's an Earth tie that she's an astronaut that got shot through a wormhole and ended up in the masses of the universe.
Oh.
So technically, He-Man has human blood, but I hated the fact that they couldn't just let's just start a whole new universe that's apart from Earth, apart from all of Earth's bullshit, and let's escape into this different world. And then on top of that, it looks like Thor Ragnarok. It looks like a Marvel movie.
Oh yeah, it looks like Guardians. It looks like Thor.
It doesn't have that if it look just because something was bad, they made a couple of bad versions doesn't mean there's not a good version of it somewhere, sitting somewhere waiting for somebody who wants to make a great franchise. And this is just it doesn't look terrible. I just think it looks very milquetoast. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm getting a little Dungeons and Dragons feel.
Yeah,
but
it
that movie
very generic. It doesn't look like inspired. Like you put it next to an Avatar.
Well,
forget it.
So the tone, how campy this is going to be interesting. In this one, the sorcerer has sent He-Man Adam to Earth to keep him safe, and then I guess he grows up and finds his sword and remembers he's He-Man.
Right.
But to their credit, they're giving us Castle Grayskull. They're giving us the toy costumes. Essentially, they could be brighter. Right. They're giving us Fisto. Fisto is in this. Skeletor looks like the fucking Skeletor. There's Snake Mountain, right? So the little kid in me is like, holy shit. They got the shot of him saying, I have the power in front of Grayskull right out of the fucking cartoon. So I was like, okay.
But does it look inspired or it just looks very by the book?
The thing is,
Floppy John.
It doesn't look inspired. So I'm really torn. Like I'm hoping Travis Knight can actually pull this off and give us
I saw the trailer for
fun.
Dune, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm transported to a different place.
Yeah.
And that's what I needed from this. It's like if you look at like the movie John Carter, even that has a little bit more flair than that. And that was the biggest bomb that ever came out. So
this is giving me John Carter vibes too. Like this is probably gonna flop. I love that the him joke is kind of funny because he's He-Man in this, today's society.
Who cares about that? That's just like he's working in HR. Like that's gonna be everywhere.
But like this pink shirt kind of annoys me. I don't know why. Interesting to note that statue when he finds his sword and he's trying to pull it out of that statue.
That's the original He-Man.
It's the design for the original He-Man, like before they got to what it looked like. So I was like, oh, that's fun. So the guy's clearly done his homework. Quick shot of Alison Brie as Evil Lynn. She looks like Evil Lynn.
Do you think that the He-Man looks Diesel enough? I mean, he's got to be he's the Diesel of the Dieselist. Like, why is he?
Yeah. No,
you had Dolph play him. I mean, how you gonna? I don't know. I just feel like he
could be a little bit bigger.
Yeah, he should look like a little bit more like, But
you got Cringer and he's green and Battle Cat and fucking and Beastman and all these crazy things.
It's hitting all the things, but as I said, it's not inspiring. It's not like like Tila's costume looks so generic.
Yes,
like it could look so much better. It could be so much more. Skeletor looks like it's AI.
I mean, he does, but that's what he looks like. He's just a fucking skull face that the jaw goes.
Do you think that's practical, or do you think that's just all CG?
Yeah, that's it's CGI.
It's gotta be CGI. At least we don't get to look at Jared Leto's stupid face. He got a Razzie for Tron Ares. He deserves it. Anthony, from a casual non-He-Man person that grew up. What?
Yeah, just to summarize, I mean, looks everything you guys are saying, I do agree with. I don't have all the history with He-Man. I have no history with He-Man. I never watched anything He-Man. But yeah, to me, it looks very generic.
Yeah,
it looks like a combination of Thor Ragnarok and Guardians.
Yeah.
For the layman, I don't know that you would really understand what is happening here, other than is this a Mother Marvel movie? That doesn't look as good.
Yeah.
The only thing I could say in its defense, and I don't think the movie looks that like distinguished or appealing. I thought Bumblebee was pretty good by Travis Knight.
Yeah, and he did this movie Kubo and the Two Strings. This like stop motion anime. Apparently, that's really good too.
Yeah, the stuff that he's done has been good.
Skeletor to me looks kind of bad.
But that's what he looks. That's what
It
he
just looks too CG. It doesn't look like it's actually a tangible thing.
Yeah, we were watching it, and Anthony, you were right. It looks a little rubbery at the end when they're clashing, but it's giving, as the kids say, it's giving third act of Black Panther when they're falling through the and they're fighting. It's giving that throughout the entire trailer on the trains down there.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out.
It never feels real. It never feels like it seems just like it's a few steps behind what you. Now listen, if I were them, I would color grade this movie at least.
That's the problem. It has the generic superhero color grading. It's something about the lighting.
I would sit there and tweak it and Frank Frazetta the shit out of this.
Make it bright. Make the sky like purple, red and crazy.
Yeah, the sky's got to be purple and like thundering all the time, and it's got to look like a mystical place. I mean, the cartoon that Kevin Smith did,
it's pretty
looked
good.
Great.
Yeah.
I don't know about the story, but it looked great at least.
So you're just saying it needs more atmosphere, essentially.
Well, yeah, I think look, He-Man's a doomed thing because no one has the vision to actually make it what it could be.
Yeah. And
so what they're doing is they're trying to please the the biggest fan base, and they're trying to basically make everybody let's make it a Guardians movie. Everybody likes those. Let's Superman. Let's make Superman a Guardians movie. Everybody's making a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Everybody's making a James Gunn movie now.
Yeah, James Gunn ruined it for
Taika Waititi and James Gunn everywhere.
They fucking ruined it.
So we'll see what happens.
But who is this movie for aside from 40 to 50-year-olds? I don't know what audience they're trying to make He-Man a thing again.
I think
it's not gonna happen.
I think if it's cool enough, it could catch on. I don't know if this movie's going to be bad. I don't know. I don't know how bad this movie is. I don't know. I just don't looks bad.
I'm predicting,
and I don't think it looks terrible. I just don't think it could look as cool as something like Dune does, or where there's just some inspired design behind it. There's an aesthetic to it that makes it otherworldly. It just looks like every other stupid sci-fi movie.
But it looks like the toys also, which is why I'm
somewhat
torn.
The costumes are there, right?
Yeah.
But it
could be a little brighter.
I'm
predicting early. This is gonna be a flopola.
Floppy John.
Unfortunately for Amazon
Zack
MGM.
Snyder makes everything look like it's supposed to, and sometimes the movie is bad.
Yeah.
So I think at least Zack Snyder's got some kind of a director vision that's unique to himself.
So does Jack Snyder.
Yeah, and Jack Snyder too.
June 5th, we'll find out. I'm going to force you guys to watch this piece of shit. I don't think it's going to be good.
No, I'm going to watch it.
We could be surprised. Let's move on to this quick 30-second teaser for Supergirl. That's coming out June 26th. The only reason I put this in here is they give us a first kind of good look at the main man, Lobo, Jason Momoa. Anthony, you see Lobo? He looks like Lobo, right? Any other comments?
That's all I got. He looks like Lobo.
He's on a bike. There's some fire. He's got a cigar.
He's Loboa. The main man.
He's Loboa. Does it look like makeup or shouldn't it look like that's his skin because he's an alien?
Do you think it was wearing kiss makeup?
It does kind of look like he's just wearing makeup and not I don't know. It's real quick.
Whatever. It's Lobo-y. It's a little bit cosplay looking, but what are you going to do?
Yeah. It's another James Gunn movie. Every movie is a fucking James Gunn movie now. What the fuck? Okay, let's move on to this because another one of our favorite action stars, he's coming back this year. It's Jason Statham. He's not the beekeeper. He's not a working man. This time, he is a shelter? No, that's not right. The movie's called Shelter.
What's his character's name? Is he got a cool name?
It's Michael Mason. I hope at some point he goes, somebody's like, who are you? And he's like, I'm a shelter man. Come on inside. Make yourself comfortable. This one is I don't know. Anthony, you just watched this.
I just watched it. Yeah.
What is Shelter about? It's coming out this week, I think, 30th.
I didn't even know this movie existed until you put this trailer out.
Yeah.
The plot is a former assassin is forced to kill his former organization to protect a girl who had been supplying him.
So it's essentially Statham shooting motherfuckers, setting people on fire, trying to protect this girl and he's former military.
This is what Statham should be doing. I have no issue with this movie. Hopefully it's good. Either, he's done The Beekeeper, which I thought was good. Then you had The Working Man, which wasn't good. This is Jason Statham's lane, and as long as he can keep getting studios and production companies to fund it, I'm cool with it. I think it looks fine. I think it looks actually pretty decent.
What do you think of this idea? Because Jason Statham has been spreading himself all over the place.
Yeah.
And he's starting all these franchises, The Beekeeper, The Working Man, the this, to that, The Mechanic. I want to see him go back to what made him great to me.
Oh, yeah. What's this?
The Transporter.
Oh, Well, yeah.
Why can't he just be a transporter again?
You could bring it back. How many of those movies were there?
There were 3.
There's 3 of them.
I think one of them he's not in them. I don't know.
He's probably not in 3. It looks okay, but it also looks kind of like boilerplate. Like, I think he's going the opposite direction from Beekeeper, A Working Man, and like this is almost more generic. But there's a lot of action in here in the trailer. Like, he is fucking people up, car chases.
Yeah, it looks interesting. It's like a chase movie, hide around and hunt people down movie. I don't know. It could be fun, but I want to see more fun. Like, I think the Transporter is more fun. I think that the Beekeeper is more fun.
Yeah.
I think that these serious. This looks like a more serious.
This looks serious, yeah.
Like. Serious in the scope of Jason Statham movies, because he does have some pretty good ones. Wrath of Man is like a really good one. You should have checked that one out. It seems like kind of in the same wheelhouse.
There's a better title for this movie. In the trailer, the one guy goes, "Look at you, you're gone," and he goes, "Not gone, unshackled." And then he kicks the shit out of him. Just call the movie Unshackled. And Jason Statham is unshackled.
He said the line.
He said it. It has to be something he says in the movie, which is why
he's sheltering this girl. He's protecting this girl.
I'm the shelter. Come on and help yourself to the fridge. I got plenty to eat. That's what, hopefully he says that. But he's sheltering the girl. Yeah, it's I like the action. Just this movie came out of nowhere. Another
Black Bear Production Studios, which
Black Bear,
which is like also distributing. So yeah, I think that's why we're probably not hearing a lot about it, because they're just getting into like distributing their own films. Last movie that like anyone would know that they put out.
Yeah,
I believe they put out Christie. Christie was a Black Bear production.
I did hear an interview with them saying that now they're just not making movies, but they want to distribute them themselves.
Right.
So probably not a lot of marketing money or short marketing time.
Yeah.
But this fucking movie comes out this Friday.
I did not know it existed.
So it's coming out this Friday?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to go watch it.
So there was a couple of movies that we didn't mention on our 2026 most anticipated because they just came out of nowhere.
Should we add this one on the list? Might have been top.
Maybe.
At least 2 of us.
I mean, the action looks better than Masters of the Universe a little bit.
Oh my God. You were also saying, but Skeletor looks like Skeletor.
Looks like a skeleton.
He's not lying.
The other movie that kind of just came out, trailer, this coming February 13th, is this wild movie. I love this title. It's called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Fun title with starring Sam Rockwell and Haley Lou Richardson. Zazie Beetz is in this. Michael Pena, Juno Temple. Ruggs, you watched this trailer?
Yeah. It's interesting.
So the tagline of this is a man claiming to be from the future arrives at a diner in LA where he must recruit people to join him on a one-night quest to save the world from a threat of AI. And this is a batshit crazy trailer. It's from Gore Verbinski. Anthony, you watched this. What do you think of this?
I saw this trailer before one of the movies I saw at the Alamo a few weeks ago. So I've known about this movie for a bit. Sam Rockwell from the future, looking like a homeless person.
Oh my God!
I think it looks I think it looks crazy. And when you're getting movies in January and February, like you need something to like kind of light a fire underneath you because it's cold and we ain't trying to go outside, especially in Chicago.
That's right.
And this is doing enough for me where I'd be curious to see it.
Yeah, it's dump month as like Mercy
Didn't he do all the
Good
pirate
band.
movies? Gore Verbinski.
He did. He did Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End and Dead Man's Chest. He directed Rango, that animated feature with Johnny Depp. And Curse of the Black Pearl. He did all the Pirates movies. Oh, and he did the Ring remake and stuff. This is right up my alley. I don't know what the fuck this movie's about. There's a giant horse hoof that smashes a car. It reminds me a little bit of like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like, it's wild, the imagery. I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? Very intrigued.
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a 6.5.
What?
Ooh, he's already late. He's already scored it.
I feel like, but who knows? Maybe it'll be a 7.5.
I think it could
If we're
be
lucky.
7.5. It looks fucking crazy. Like,
I'm hoping it's good.
Yeah. All right. That's February.
I want to fight AI.
Yeah.
My friends in a diner.
You have that movie Mercy with Chris Pratt that just bombed in dump month of January. He's fighting AI.
that reaction.
Interesting. I mean, it's got the whole thing. It's got the goggles, the
It's got
virtual reality,
VR goggles, and
people
weird shit.
in weird warehouses, gangs of people wearing Viking horns.
Sam Rockwell in that outfit is also very amusing.
Very Terry Gilliam-esque.
Yeah, it does remind me of Terry Gilliam. And the title is great. So, all right, that's another one to put out there.
If Terry Gilliam made this movie, then it'd be 100% it. But Gore Verbinski, he's kind of like a Disney guy. Weird. Anyway,
yeah. So Gore Verbinski also famously directed The Lone Ranger, big floppo.
Oh yeah,
of a movie back in 2013. All right, let's move on to some television teasers and trailers coming in March 18th. Invincible season 4, my favorite, most violent superhero cartoon out there. Anthony, let's start with you. What'd you think of this trailer? There's a lot going on. Take us through your thoughts.
I somewhat forgot what happened in Invincible season 3. I don't know remember how that ended.
They freed his father, right? Alan ends up freeing his dad.
Well, that happened, but then there was some. Didn't he fight the guy with the big brain again?
Yes, Conquest shows up. His brother.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the guy
Angstrom Levy.
Angstrom. Yeah.
And then didn't he kill him for good again?
I forget. I don't remember.
'Cause he killed him once and then he came back. I don't remember either.
I need a recap, but anyways, all that to say is, even though I forgot a lot of the things that happened, I watched this trailer and I immediately was, yep, I'm in. We're doing the Viltrumite war against all the Viltrumites, and we're getting a team together. This looks awesome. The music was great. I love this. I love this trailer. I love this show. Sign me up.
Yeah, the show's still great. It looks like Eve is losing her powers. I love Alan. Ruggs, you still in on the Invincible?
Yeah, I want to see how it plays out with his father coming back into his life and the Viltrumites, impending doom. And he seems to have like robot parts from the robot.
Oh, yeah. He's got like robot leg and arm in some of these.
Yeah, so that's interesting. That seems to be like, I can't tell what part of the story he's doing that in. It feels like it's midway through. So he's going to get fucked up, I guess.
The other fun thing is we only really have waited just a little over a year. Season 3 premiered last February 2025. So that's for an animated show. Clearly, they did shit back to back and got out a second season.
Yeah, just
in
keep
about
making
a year.
them, buddy.
That's
We'll
great.
watch 'em.
That's great. March 18th. We can start watching season 4, which will debut, I think, with 3 episodes and then weekly release, which is a good model. And then the other TV teaser, we mentioned this, but Anthony hadn't seen it. Monarch Legacy of Monsters season 2. And I will say this trailer kind of gets me a little excited for this show that had half of it was really annoying with these fucking kids. The kids are back, but I feel like they've taken some notes and you got Kong, Godzilla, another monster. This looks really good. Anthony, what are your thoughts?
I'm always going to love anything kaiju monsters. My expectations are a little bit tempered after seeing that first season and how much time we spent with those kids following them around and the weird Axis Mundi.
Yeah,
but they look like they're debuting a new monster, and maybe they're building towards the next Godzilla versus Kong. So, I probably will need to sign up for Apple for a couple months.
You're going to have to. They got Kong in this thing twice. That monster has 2 pupils. You know that's not good. Whenever a thing has 2 pupils, Rugs. What do you think? I guess we're still getting flashback scenes because you got the younger Kurt Russell and the older Kurt Russell still featured.
That's Wyatt Russell.
Kurt Russell's Wyatt. Kurt Russell's Wyatt.
What?
Well, I like their storyline, so I'm curious to see what happens. I mean, like they left it on a weird not cliffhanger, but a weird way last time. They came back to I think our time, but they were closer to our time, and they were on Skull Island, I believe. Right? They revealed Skull Island on the show.
Yep. And then Shaw was stuck in the Axis Mundi.
And then Shaw stuck in the Axis Mundi. And so I hope they learned their lesson from the last time and what to spend their time on, because we clearly like the younger Kurt Russell, Wyatt Russell storyline that was happening. And I want to know more secrets about Monarch. I want to know more about Monarch, not just family drama that these people have. You got to get into the nitty gritty, you know. The nitty gritty.
Well, where is this? They open some kind of portal, she says. Is it in the Axis Mundi? Yeah.
But this big monster looks kind of interesting.
Yeah. The scale is like swimming over a shark is impressive.
They got a lot of tentacle monsters in this fucking thing. Every time there's like a spider monster, Scylla, they got another one. And
it has Anna Sawai. This is the main reason to watch, I think. Is essentially why. February 27th. So just about a month that will begin. So TV's got some good stuff coming. Movies, it's going to take a bit to warm up. Let's take a break here. We're going to play some promos. We're going to come back, talk about Bugonia right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Attention podcast listeners and YouTube watchers. I'm Logan, the host of Mostly Superheroes, a weekly pursuit for the world's best stories with an emphasis on live-action superhero stuff. Every week, join me, PC Mike, The Giggler, Scotty Scoop, and Carrie as we talk MCU, DCU, books, TV, movies, and more. MostlySuperheroes.com is where you want to be. Watch us on YouTube, listen where you get your podcast, and we'll see you Sunday on Patreon. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Check out what's been going on with the Pop Culture Cosmos Show and the PCC Multiverse.
That is by far my favorite because it's also character driven and the stakes are high and there's much more of a mystery and intrigue to it.
A game like Wolfenstein, which people are saying are one of the most socially important video games of the past 10 years.
Catch our shows on radio worldwide 7 days a week or at any time on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or on over 30 more podcast outlets.
Jock and Nerd.
Listener, if you enjoy this show, this is a great time to give back and sign up to our Patreon fan club. Visit jockandnerd.com/Patreon.
Jock and Nerd.
And you can give back on a monthly or annual basis for as little as $3 a month, listener. You get stuff like access to an exclusive podcast feed where the shows come out a little bit early. There's bonus content, bonus movie reviews, hours of extra shit to listen to. You can join us for our monthly Discord hangouts. We just had one last week, and we had East Coast, West Coast, Australia representing. It was great. It's always fun. Good turnout. Ruggs, that was fun. And even Anthony was there. That was a good time.
Yeah.
I was there.
It was good.
I was there on time, too.
I know. It was a rare Jock appearance for a majority of the hangout. It was a lot of fun. Sign up and you could join us. The next one will be February 19th. And you can also pick any movie for us to watch and review for you. There is a tier where you get an exclusive t-shirt. Check it all out. jockandnerd.com/Patreon. Okay, fellas, let's get into this week's movie review. We will be looking at the recently Oscar-nominated movie Bugonia. Here's your spoiler alerts.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
That warning, I'll reiterate, we're going to spoil the fuck out of this movie, and this is one of those movies that you kind of just want to watch without getting spoiled. It is streaming on Peacock. It's been out there for a hot second. People are catching up on this. In fact, today at work, 2 colleagues separately were like, "Oh, I watched Bugonia this weekend." I was like, "Oh." I do think the nominations are going to help this movie. People checking it out, because not a lot of people checked it out in the theater. Anthony,
Well, it did all right.
yeah, it did okay for a
Yorgos movie about what it's about.
Yorgos. Yes, this is actually an English language remake of a 2003 South Korean film called "Save the Green Planet" by Jang Joon-hwan. So this one, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos and written by Will Tracy. Jang Joon-hwan originally was going to direct this remake himself, but then there was some health things and he had to step away. He is still an executive producer on the film. On Rotten Tomatoes, the critics give this one an 88% tomatometer. The audience giving it an 84%. Metacritic has it at 72. Anthony, I'm going to guess the letterbox is like 3.6.
No, 3.9.
9. Oh shit, it's higher. And I was trying to guess high. Oh, that's pretty high there.
People liked it on the Letterboxd.
The movie has a reported budget of $55 million.
What?
Which would actually make this the most expensive Yorgos Lanthimos movie. Yeah, originally it started at $45 million, and then they were like, it ballooned up to
This movie could have been like $10 million easy.
I mean, 20, 30, yeah, 55. It's interesting.
Way too expensive.
Emma Stone needs to get paid. I don't know. In box office wise, it has only made $41 million worldwide. 17 million of that.
It'll probably, domestic. I think if not already, it'll get a short re-release probably because of the Oscars. Well, it's not going to make a ton of money.
They're putting Sinners back out. They're putting One Battle back out. I find all this very interesting in the marketing for the Oscars this time of year.
Yeah, you might be able to catch it somewhere. It's also on Peacock, right?
Yes, it is streaming on Peacock. So that's where I feel most people will be checking this out. Starring, of course, Emma Stone. If it's a Yorgos movie, you got to have Emma Stone. This is their 4th collab. They've done. It seems like Emma Stone is just making collab. Yeah, I think is Emma Stone's last 4 movies been Yorgos Lanthimos movies? Maybe not last.
At least
4.
the last 3.
The last 3.
Sure.
Poor Things, Kinds of Kindness, and this one. I think she.
The favorite too.
The favorite.
Yeah.
But how was that? Well, I wonder if there was a gap between that and if she did anything else. Also starring Jesse Plemons as Teddy, Aidan Delbus as his cousin Don.
They're not, for what it's worth, it's not her last 4.
It's not her last 4. Okay, so she's doing
other stuff.
But she loves the Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yep.
You got a small part in here from Alicia Silverstone. Remember her? Clueless, Batgirl.
Yeah.
Didn't expect to see her in this. And then the other guy I got to mention is Stavros Halkias as creepy cop Casey. I don't know, he's not creepy, but he's a cop. He's got a cop mustache. This movie is rated R. It's 1 hour, 59-minute runtime, and actually nominated for got 4 Oscar nominations: Best Picture, Best Actress for Emma Stone, Adapted Screenplay, and Original Score. Not bad for the Bugonia. Anthony, what is Bugonia about?
Oh man, Bugonia is about a conspiracy theorist played by Jesse Plemons who believes a corporate executive played by Emma Stone has wronged him and his family. So he decides to capture her and take down the evil alien plot that she has cooked up behind the scenes. But is she an alien or is he crazy? Let's find out.
Let's find out, and find out we do. So you guys just off air were like, you didn't watch this recently. I watched it again recently. It's a fun movie. But Anthony, what do you remember overall opening thoughts?
Yeah, going off memory, I did see this in the theater when it came out in October.
Ooh. And
I remember really, really liking it then. My feelings haven't changed with time. I thought it was my first Yorgos film. And I had a blast watching it. I thought the dynamic between Jesse Plemons' character and Emma Stone and that little, like, I don't know if it would call like a cat and mouse game, but just their mano-a-mano type vibe and them trying to, I think what this movie does really well is Jesse Plemons' character is like, what a lot of people would consider a conspiracy theorist. So you're like, he's got to be crazy. And he's captured this lady who, even though she's like an asshole, he still captured her, and he's accusing her of being an alien.
Yeah. And
you're like, I can't root for this guy. But then Emma Stone just comes back at him with such like conniving stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, fuck, I can't figure out what it is. So you got the whole mystery there. And I thought it was filmed really well. I thought the score was really well done. So it has a lot of good things good going for it. And I found that I was riveted by the whole thing, and I was on the edge of my seat trying to figure out, like, okay, what's going to happen next? How's she going to get out of this? Is she an alien? Is he crazy? What's the backstory here? So every little reveal I felt built on each other, and overall I had a really good time with the movie.
Yeah, this is a very divisive movie, it turns out, once I started looking up people's reactions. And that ending, you either love it or you hate it. Ruggs, what did you think? Opening thoughts.
This is a movie that, upon beginning it sucks you right in, right? You're in, you're invested. You want to know what the fuck's, is this guy fucking nuts or not? Is this bitch a fucking alien?
Yeah.
Which is it? And you're sitting there and you're wrestling with that the whole time. Should you be this, are you going too far? Are you not going far enough, motherfucker? What are we doing? And so when you have a film that can get you involved like that, and you're not working hard to try and like the movie. Yeah. It's like you're like, okay, now what happens at the end? It may turn people off because it's really doing things on a high level, especially when you get to the meat of it, like this interplay of two people kind of one-upping each other and facing off against each other and playing this mental game of chess. Reveals are happening. Tension is getting ratcheted up. All those things are happening. So yeah, I think even if you don't like the ending, it's worth going through the experience.
Yeah.
And I don't really love the ending, not because I don't like what happens. I just don't like how it's done. It feels kind of, I mean, it's Yorgos Lanthimos, so
yes, it's something.
He goes in a wacky direction, but at the same time, I still like the experience of watching the film. I just think that if this thing wasn't named Bugonia, just such a weird out there thing to name it.
Yeah,
they could have named it anything else, like The Interrogation or anything that would give you a little bit more like, oh, I know what this is going to be about, or I want to see a movie about something like this, Suspicion, or I don't know, something that kind of brings you into the movie. Bugonia ends up being about bees.
Yeah, do you guys know why it's called Bugonia? I also had the same question. I was like,
it's about bees, isn't it? About bees?
It is about bees. So it's the name of a folk ritual described in ancient Mediterranean texts, including Virgil's Georgics. It involves sacrificing a cow, believing that bees would spontaneously generate from the carcass of the cow. And the movie starts with bees. It ends with a shot of a bee. The bees are kind of part of the plot.
A sacrifice to save the bees.
A sacrifice to save the bees, which is totally part of the story, but it is a weird title. I really love this movie. It's my kind of movie. And to your point, Yorgos Lanthimos is wacky, but he maintains a mostly grounded thing until the wild ending. I thought it was weird. I thought it was shot amazingly. It rests entirely on the performances of Emma Stone.
Well, it's a director-actor movie.
Jesse Plemons, yes.
Yep. It's like those two things are in sync really well. The actors and the director are vibing, and the performances being edited perfectly by the director.
And you know what? It works. She gets nominated. The movie gets nominated. Yeah, you have your Scorsese and DiCaprio, and yet now you have Lanthimos and Stone work really well together. The music I thought was amazing. The score is great. The way he shoots Michelle character when she's bald and looking up, where it's very shallow focus. Her face is in focus and falls off. And at times she does kind of look like an alien, because at this point they have shaved her hair off because he thinks that's how they communicate. They're going to track her. They have covered her in antihistamine cream to block her powers. and she looks weird. But seeing the poster and the shots of her like all shaved and white, and then finding out why that's kind of fun. But there are moments where she's like, her eyes are darting while he's interrogating her, that she looks like an alien. And I love that little, how he's fucking with you. So overall, like this, this is a fantastic movie. And I want to talk about the character of Teddy, because you have to feel sympathetic. There's people like this out there, but I felt bad for Teddy once we learned everything about him. The house, how messy it is, like those details are great. But the Teddy, this fucking kid who's like, dad ran off, his mom is sick, and the lady he works for essentially poisoned her with a clinical experimental trial. Casey definitely molested him when he was a kid, right? Is that what they're inferring?
Yeah, for sure.
So he gets
the cop. Casey's the
cop gets who was his babysitter 20 years earlier. He gets molested by his babysitter. And he's reading all this shit that starts to make sense to him. And then you really feel bad about Don. But these two are so great together. I mean, I almost love Don more than Teddy.
Don is fantastic. The actor that plays Don.
That was so... It felt so natural.
Yeah,
it felt real.
I wasn't sure he was acting. I was like, is this motherfucker acting? Because this is amazing. I won't mess it up, Teddy.
Jesse Plemons, I mean, it's kind of a shame that he didn't also get nominated for Best Picture or Best Actor, because I think he's equally, if not, somebody could argue even better than Emma Stone, because he's towing this line of like conspiracy theorist, crazy guy.
But he's smart.
But then you're also like, but then you as the movie reveals itself, you realize, oh, he's the smartest guy here. And yes, he's like brutal.
Yeah.
Because there's that scene where it reveals he's been experimenting on people for a while.
Yeah.
But, when you get the end reveal, you're like, oh, like he's always known, and he's just hasn't, like, no one would believe him. So he had to take things into his own hands. And obviously, like, that's the scene where that sold me on like his performance. And it's a very simple scene, but when Emma Stone as Michelle tricks him into putting antifreeze into his mom,
oh my god,
and then he runs over there, and then he's on the bike back, and you can just see him like crying in fury. I'm like, man, he's fucking getting after it in this movie. He's really acting hard.
Yeah, that's a crazy scene, because this dude that's all bloody just runs into a hospital. Nobody fucking notices, and he does it all and watches her die and gets away before anybody fucking notices and makes it back.
I did want to point out, you mentioned the like how it was filmed. One of the things that they really emphasized throughout the movie is like the duality of the two characters. So you had Emma Stone's character, who's the CEO, and she's in this like very sterile, clean environment, like very perfect, clean shapes. Like when you're following her walking, it's on these very clean hallways. But then you see where Teddy lives, and it's this like wood like cabin type feel, and there's like shit everywhere, really messy. You just immediately you see the dichotomy in the two characters, and like one is this sterile CEO, the other one's like this mess, and you're gonna be like, well, that fucking guy with the messy environment is like gotta be like,
that's a nut job.
Yeah, he's a nut job. Right? But then he's obviously as you go throughout the movie, I think he is like, this has drove him to a little bit of insanity, but almost rightfully so, given what he's experienced and what he knows.
Right. I mean, the man is smart enough to render a 3D model of a spaceship on his computer. Like, that's not easy. I was like, fuck, this kid is actually smart. And turns out he was onto something. I even love in the beginning, Michelle, you learn about Michelle, how she's like, oh, you remember, feel free to leave at 5:30 if you want. But if you have work, make sure you finish it, and just casual, And she says it again when she returns. She just wants to be liked so badly.
What was the company? What did they do? They made medical shit or what?
Pharmaceutical neotropic something with the bees. That were killing the bees, but also experimental clinical trials that involve people who they fucked up and died. And those flashback scenes are also fascinating, with Alicia Silverstone, and it's in black and white, and she's always floating. But you see, she also has a little bit of a distrustful streak in her that she has passed on to Teddy, which, it all culminates into him just The detail of how messy the house when he puts the foil up was like so cool. It was like relatable almost, the fucking mess they have in their house. Like, I've seen shit like that.
I've been to your house before. It kind of looks like that, too.
I'm saying. It looked like, when Roseanne first came on and there was a sitcom with an actual messy house, I was like, this is amazing. I can relate to this instead of your clean fucking museum bullshit. Nobody has a house like that. Get the fuck out of here. Who's dusting all that shit? But Ruggs,
one thing, and then you can go to Ruggs.
Yeah.
I think the thing, though, is like, when someone has a messy house like that, and his is beyond messy, you always automatically think that person's crazy, right?
Right.
But then if someone also similar, like, has a sterile, clean, like, environment, that also presents as a crazy
that
thing,
person is
right?
also a serial killer.
You're seeing these visuals that what both are like, something's off here. So it just builds up that tension of like, who's off between these two.
Yeah, you watch them both train in the beginning, like her training versus their training. And her training comes in handy because she fucking kicks the shit out of them when they try
I love
to grab.
that scene where they try and get her and she beats the fuck out of them.
Kind of funny. If he didn't have a needle with a sedative, like, there was no way they were getting there.
There's no way they're getting there.
I love when they do that scene and then I think they cut to where it's like a longer camera shot and you can just see them fighting like with like barely any sound. You just see her kicking both of their asses and getting away from them.
Yeah, and then she runs towards the camera.
Yeah.
The movie was shot in VistaVision also. So I read a behind the scenes, that scene where Teddy or Don cuts her hair in the car after they grab her. They had 4 VistaVision cameras running and she actually let them shave her hair. She obviously shaved her head for this, but they did that in real time. And it looks great. It's kind of a fucking crazy thing right in the middle of the car ride.
I want to talk about the gun.
Yeah.
The shotgun or the rifle, whichever.
John has a shotgun.
That added so much tension.
Yeah.
Just the presence of that gun.
Yeah.
And the fact that Don was handling it. That just was so psychologically fucked up.
Of all people, they gave it to Don.
The gun to this kid who was like,
I don't talk to you, alien filth.
And what happens with that gun is crazy as well.
Yes, we'll get to that. So the one thing we should mention is what Teddy actually believes. He thinks Michelle is an Andromedan alien who are killing Earth's honeybees and forcing humans into servitude, right? And he wants her to set up a meeting with her leaders so he can negotiate a fucking peace thing with the Andromedans that are taking over the world. Crazy, right? Is it? I loved how you were like, that guy's a nut, but he's smart. And then she starts doing stuff at the end and you're like, wait a minute. Is she pretending to do this? And if she is she making it seem like she's pretending or she's actually doing it? Like, all that shit was great until we find out what the deal is. But the tension, the pacing of this movie is fantastic. It doesn't feel like 2 hours. Everything gets you right in and everything builds up to the next thing really well, keeping the momentum moving. And then it just gets batshit crazy thing after crazy thing as it heads into the ending.
Do you think the ending ruins this movie?
I don't think so. It's
revealed real quick that that she is an alien.
She's a fucking alien. He was right.
And that they are trying to infiltrate Earth to basically kill everyone, right?
And that's not even the bad part. The bad part is that the aliens are they're not cool in any way, or
they're wearing giant knitted sacks.
Yeah, they're just really stupid looking.
She comes out of a goo,
and it doesn't even seem like they're threatening at all or anything. So it's just.
I think the ending. I'll comment on the ending real quick. I don't think the ending ruins the movie, but I also did even though I haven't seen a Yorgos movie, I kind of know Yorgos's vibe just from seeing other things and being kind of in this.
Yeah.
That when that ending happened, I went, not like a splash, like that wasn't a splash, and I wasn't going, oh man, what a great ending. I just went, that seems like Yorgos. That seems like something Yorgos would end the movie on. I don't know. I don't think it ruined it. I just kind of went, oh, all right.
Like Poor Things was a wacky movie, but it was a wacky movie from the get-go.
The whole way through, right.
It was like a bizarre Frankenstein movie.
Yeah.
But and then the favorite is a period piece with it's hyper like modernized. So it's like even though it's happening in the past, it seems like everybody's kind of has modern conventions and like sexuality and stuff like that. It's very, very forward. So when it comes to the aliens here, I can see that he would go that weird. But I don't know if it's better for. I mean, I guess the juxtaposition is what he's going for. Like you just went on this really crazy tightrope ride that's you were taking really seriously, and then he kind of like lets the air out of it with these aliens.
Yeah. But then the ending is kind of shocking too, because she essentially deems Earth and humans a failed experiment and fucking kills everyone. And this montage scene at the end of the movie goes on so long. Just maybe this is where the $55 million went, because they have to set and light all of those shots for like the 2 seconds they're on screen. Like you got Muslims praying, you got people fucking, you're out at his job, like all these random places, everyone is dead. And then except for the animals. And it ends with the bees, which I thought was a very poetic ending to tie it back to the bees. But that montage is nuts. It keeps going.
I when they revealed the ending and when they get to the cut to the ship, everyone in my theater started laughing. So even me, I was like, this has gotten very ridiculous. But I don't have a strong opinion actually on that ending, which is interesting because I think a lot of people probably do. But I had such a great time with the movie that I didn't feel like it really ruined anything. I just went, oh, okay.
It kind of reminded me of Weapons, that ending.
I was about to say that. Well, Weapons had a fucking bonkers ending,
ending, and you're howling and you're laughing and you're like, what?
But I think Weapons is more of a bonkers, like satisfying ending where you're like, this is so much fun. And this one like is just bizarre. It makes you laugh, but it's also very like the choice of like how they look and all that stuff, like Ruggs mentioned.
Yeah, that is weird. And the set and everything and the way the ship looked was
what did you think, Ruggs? You didn't like it, it sounds like, right?
Well, I liked the film. I just feel like to tune it up to the next level, to make it like it fucking like bulletproof movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think playing the ending to be as silly as it was takes away. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe it's too somber, and nihilistic to kind of have like the aliens kind of feel so real. So he made them feel like they're not real.
Right.
And so because they're like, oh, we're going to end every human being and destroy humanity. But I guess they have to kind of take a comedic spin on it. Like it just fizzles out with a fart, like, you know?
Yeah, I think you hit it on. I think that's probably where it was going, is they wanted to let the air out of the bag, because you're right. I mean, up to that point, you know, what's his face? She cons Teddy's Don into shooting his own head off.
Yeah, well, that's not what she was.
Teddy goes into the closet and gets. I mean, like, it's not if you just leave it as is and then also go. Also, the aliens killed everybody. I mean, it is pretty.
Yeah, they castrate themselves.
They're chemically castrating themselves so it doesn't, so they can focus. And that's the other thing,
because they don't want to be turned on by her,
dude. There's dudes out there like this is the thing, which is, you know, it mixes a little bit of reality into it, and you're like, I know there's motherfuckers out there like this.
Well, there's dudes out like this, but I think where Yorgos makes it is clever with it, or with the writers, whoever did it, is they make these dudes who we know are like this and can be considered crazy. He makes them the protagonists,
right? Sympathetic,
right?
And I
don't think they're sympathetic. I just think they're de facto right.
Right.
They end up being right, even though you fucking don't like them.
They do end up being right. Yeah.
Because I think you do. I think when they cut to the shot of him where she finds out that he's been doing this.
Yeah, when she finds that room.
I think he's been I think he's made mistakes too. Like, I think he's found aliens and experimented on them, but I think he's also found other people and
just killed people until he found something.
Well, exactly. You know, when he's electroshocking her, he goes.
That's an uncomfortable scene.
That is a crazy scene, and he's playing Green Day and shit real loud.
Right.
But then when it stops, he's like, oh, the output has never reached that threshold before. And Don goes, before? And you're like, what the fuck? So he's been shocking motherfuckers. But then I love this. After that, the whole dynamic changes as he's like, oh, I am so sorry, Your Royal Highness. Only the most elite emperor can withstand that shock. My apologies. He profusely apologizing. You have that amazing dinner scene where he lets her shower and wear his mom's clothes, and feeds her some nice food, but she's tied down. And when she starts bringing up his mom, tying this whole thing together, I love that shot of him just running over the table and fucking attacking her. And then Casey shows up. And so this whole sequence is fantastic with her downstairs with Don and Casey upstairs with Teddy asking questions, trying to get some cake and shit, and actually just feeling guilty about whatever he did to him. And he's like, I promise you, I didn't do that to anybody else. I just want you to know. I was like, what the fuck, Casey the cop? But when she finally gets to Dot, when she's actually starting to break through to him, and he's like, will you promise me to take you with me? Like earlier, he's talking about, aren't we going to be in space? Like you get the sense the whole time, Don don't want to be on the planet. Don does not want this life. You know,
Don's also on the spectrum.
Yeah. And he just wants to leave Earth and all the shitty people that he's, that have been an issue. And it's so sad. And she goes, yes, Don, I promise I will take you with me.
I mean, she's very much an evil person or evil being.
Yeah. At that point. Yeah. And then when he's like, okay, I'm ready to go now. And then just fucking pulls his head off. Holy shit. And the blood splatter on her. Fantastic. And then the next violent thing, Casey hears the thing and he fucking knocks him over and throws bees on him, smashes his skull in. Two like really violent outbursts real quick. And then him exploding in the closet and his head knocks her out. I mean, it's kind of funny and fucking ridiculous and wild.
I enjoyed the scene where he's like with her going to the office and she's been missing for a while.
Yeah, everyone's like staring at her and she's like, hi, remember, you can leave
she's limping around and everyone knows that this guy with her
is a wild movie.
I was like, what do these people think right now? That
I forgot about the closet. Oh my God.
Walked in with this dude dressed like this.
Well, yeah, he goes in the closet with all the bombs and then just detonates it.
Why did that go off? Because here's what happens. She says, I got to enter this 58 code digit into this calculator. And the whole time, you're still like, oh my gosh, she's making all this up. She's like, yeah, it had to be something banal and human, And she's like, that closet, that's the transporter, and we'll make a link. And I just got to press enter. She's like, you ready? And so she puts him in the closet and she backs away behind the column. And she goes, ready, 3, 2, 1, and then presses a button. And then he explodes.
So you're asking why he exploded?
It's because it was a real teleporter, wasn't it? And probably interfered.
I think she set him up.
She detonated his thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess she can do that.
I don't know. It was, I'd have to rewatch it. You've seen it more recently than us.
Well, I think something happens inside the closet that might have, made the bomb just go off.
Well, on Wikipedia, if we're to trust this, I'm looking at it right now. It says, as Teddy enters the closet, the vest detonates by mistake.
Was it by mistake? But she backed away, counted to 3, and hid and pressed that button like she knew something was
I feel like she did it, but
yeah, that's the thought I had, is that she had something to do with it.
Because it is an actual teleporter, turns out.
Well, she does get to space at some point. So
and then she comes out. She
goes in
the
closet.
Yeah, she goes in the closet. It's just a fucking.
Well, she goes in the closet after the crime. She's in an ambulance and has it pull over, and then goes back to the scene of the crime and gets in the closet.
Yeah, she just jumps out of the ambulance.
Yeah,
and runs. She's like, "Oh, I forgot. I gotta go in here," and it's covered in blood. And then the next thing you see her come out of that goo. Some of the wordplay and the dialogue is great too between them. Or when Teddy's like, fucking shibboleths, and she's like, oh, you mean shibboleth? And then he just gets mad, breaks a chair. And then when he comes back after she's found the room, then she's like full on alien. But watching it the first time, you're like, what the fuck is she talking about? She goes, how many were Andromedans? And then she tells them like the whole history of what happened.
Well, you still don't know because
You don't know, but you're like, is she making making this shit up now?
It could be implied that she's faking, she's playing into it because this is the only way she's figured out to like get out of this situation.
But it's very detailed and specific.
Like up until he blows up, you don't know if she's an alien.
Right.
Or up until she goes back into
No, I think up until she goes back in that closet. You're like, because the first watch, I'm like, what the fuck is she doing?
You don't know, which is really, I think they do a really good job of that because a lot of films you can figure out,
yes,
like what's really happening probably halfway through, and they don't actually want you to figure it out. But this one, I was definitely like, this could go either way. I don't know where this is going still.
Right until the very end.
Yeah.
And then when you watch,
and then you get the cool ship, right?
Then you get a crazy ship. But then you watch it again, and you're like, holy shit, he was fucking right the whole time. She's telling everything she's telling is the truth. It's kind of crazy. I love when she's like, this is our destiny, and the hour is almost upon us. Yay. Just these little stupid things that they do and some of the lines.
Well, I like in the beginning when she's using like negotiation and business speak with him.
Yes.
To like
he ain't buying it.
Get him to, she's like I forget the exact lines because it's been a while, but she's saying these things and he's just like, no, I know what you're trying to do. Stop it.
No, it's great because she gives him the here's what's gonna happen speech, right? That happens in these moments, and then he's like, that's pretty good. My heart is racing. It's pretty human. The problem is every time she tries to reason with him, he tells her, he's like, there's no government, there's no police, there's no order. Like he doesn't believe in anything.
Right.
Because he believes so deeply that these are just aliens fucking his life up and he needs to fix this. So you're like, okay, so she got to play into it. And then that moment where she's like, I'm an alien. And she says this whole spiel. And then she just goes, I'm an alien. And he still's like, I don't really buy it. I'm not really buying it. And then I just love how, Don asks simple questions, but Teddy is always very patient with him. Very, like, he explains everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very loving relationship. So you kind of just feel bad for these two.
Yeah, it's I mean, as Rugg mentioned, if you didn't have the ridiculousness of the alien stuff at the end, it'd be a pretty sad movie.
Be like a tragic fucking sad thing.
Like I walked out of that movie going, this is a good time. But as you talk about the things that happen, I'd go, why did I have such a great time with a movie that's sad?
It's fucking dark.
And dark, right?
So like, think about this. If you just take the alien plot device, right? Like, okay, what is the aliens' goals? What are they doing? Mm-hmm. None of that stuff makes any fucking real sense.
No.
It's all gobbledygook. And so that is the illusion. That's the master illusion that he pulled off. It's like,
right.
He's making this whole fucking intense, like do or die, everything's on the line thing. And it's over like some bullshit.
Right.
And if you look at every movie, that's what every movie does.
Essentially.
He's
just how well do you do that?
He's just really illustrating that point. And I don't know. The more I think about it, I think it's kind of genius. But
it is. You have like the flat Earth imagery in the chapter markers. They show you that round Earth, and it turns out that's like the table the Andromedans have, and the Earth, I guess, is flat.
Is it like the fact that people are at odds over basically silly shit if you really look at it? Like all the stuff that people argue about is actually really silly shit.
But this one takes it to what if one of these things was actually
this silly shit can end up in a nuclear holocaust in 2 seconds. But it is kind of, maybe that's what it is at the end of the day.
So I read about the actual plot for Save the Green Planet, and it's mostly very similar. Like the same things happen. So I feel like Yorgos was just attracted to like the end. I'm like, that's where I can make it weird. But the juxtaposition of this grounded thing.
I don't know if this is just the end. I mean, I think he does a great job with like the back and forth and the tit for tat of like what's happening here and the mystery of it. Like, and then you throw in the way he shoots it. I mean, the music too. I mean, it's like
music's great. Yeah,
like
it's big,
it's very unsettling. The music,
yes, it's big bombastic horns and shit.
It's a little bit of a departure for him.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah, I'm curious about your guys' thoughts about this compared to like his other movies. So yeah, go ahead.
Poor Things is just, as I said, it's a twisted Frankenstein story, very sexual movie. You know, he creates this girl, and she finds her own agency and finds out about sex and is just into sex. And she's like, I can get paid for this. And she starts fucking, working at a whorehouse. It's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny and it's ridiculous. And like people are, there's multiple weird, like just really weird graphic shit going on. But it's kind of a fun, lighthearted, weird movie. Even though it's sexual and an adult, it's kind of like about being obsessed with sex. And this is completely different. It's like on a different level. It's he's doing something with tension in this that's just great.
What about Kinds of Kindness? Have you seen that? I've heard people say
I've not seen that yet.
That one was a little more like not as well liked. Have you seen some of his older stuff like Dogtooth or Lobster or was it the Sacred Deer, Killing of the Sacred Deer?
Those are some weird movies.
The Lobster I've heard of. I've never seen it. People have been talking about that. I think that's the movie that put him on the map.
Mm-hmm.
When The Lobster came out, everybody was like, "Have you seen this movie? It's crazy." But he has these weird titles, and I'm like, why would I want to watch a movie about a lobster? Does a lobster attack Tokyo? Then I'll watch it.
Also, he doesn't write all of his movies. The ones that he's written and directed are actually Kinds of Kindness and Killing of a Sacred Deer and The Lobster.
Well, The Lobster, just if you were curious, is about a newly single bachelor who moves into a hotel with other singles who all are obliged to find a romantic partner within 45 days. Otherwise, they'll be transformed into animals.
Or they turn into a lobster. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. And he wrote that one, but like the ones that people like Poor Things, and this one he did not write. So maybe once he has a good framework, he can, it works better for him.
So both of you guys, I thought you guys had seen some more Yorgos.
No, I meant to see Poor Things and I never got around to it, but.
Yeah, this is Poor Things, the favorite, and this one these are my Yorgos Lanthimos movies that I've seen.
Lanthimos.
Does this make you want to see more Yorgos movies? I'm
curious to see The Lobster now.
I want to see Poor Things.
I think you guys would get a kick out of that movie.
No, I'm definitely down to see more Yorgos films. I truly had a blast. I mean, this movie, without giving into my score, which we'll get into like in a second, I had it ranked as my 11th favorite film of the year. Like I had a great time.
Oh, just outside, yeah. Clearly,
I had a great time with Bugonia. I was so entertained throughout the entire movie, and I. Like just going back to like I shouldn't be this entertained by something like this dark and stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had such a great, I think also, even though Yorgos is like the director and like the conductor of all of this, like the technical crafts of it, but the lead performances, I mean, it really rests on those two guys. And then to a lesser extent, Teddy's cousin.
Yeah.
But they're so good.
Yeah.
Jesse Plemons and Emma Stone are great in the movie, and you don't often see Emma Stone. You've seen Jesse Plemons play crazy people, like he did a little bit in Warfare where you're like, oh, he can get real
Civil
crazy.
War. That was great.
Civil Wars, yeah.
It was like the best part of the movie.
But Emma Stone, you don't have to see her as like this conniving bitch.
Yeah,
she's fucking. I mean, she's evil in this fucking movie, and it's great.
She agreed to shave her head. She's committed to this shit.
Well, I mean, we saw Sigourney Weaver and Demi Moore do that years ago.
Well, that's true. They used to do it all the time in the 90s. I guess it's nothing new.
Yeah.
Demi Moore started it. But does Emma have a chance to win this Oscar?
No. Oh, we're getting into that. No.
Do you think they win?
It's going to Jessie Buckley for Hamnet.
Do they get any of these for Best Picture, Actress, Screenplay, Score?
Best Picture, Actress, Screenplay. No, it don't.
They're not getting Best Picture.
Score,
adapted Screenplay. I don't think so.
No, well, it got 4 noms. But it won't win.
And I mean, the music's good, but the other nominations I think are also really good. So
I'm curious to see what he does next, and maybe that'll be the day he gets it.
And should he always make a movie with Emma Stone? Can he make one without her? I don't think so.
It's been working thus far,
Yeah.
but I think that he may need to find a new muse. But like, I think that it's been working.
The movie that he did that was closest to winning realistically was Poor Things.
Poor Things, yeah.
But that was going up against Oppenheimer, so it was never going to win. But everyone has that as like, if you were looking at all the tea leaves and what happened that year, it was number 2.
I feel like that when Emma Stone's performance is not as like, I don't know.
It's different.
Well, it is. I mean, she's like a woman who's obsessed with sex.
Oh, right.
And
has
she's
like a
constantly
baby
fucking
brain.
people, in this world. She's naked,
she's like an immature mindset.
Yeah, she's like a child with she's basically got a child's brain in a woman's body.
Yeah, it's weird.
So,
it's a little strange.
It's a little strange, but okay, Yorgos. Anthony, give us a score.
I had it as an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, all that I've said everything I could say about it. I thought I had a great time. Really fun movie, and really made me go, man, maybe I should watch more Yorgos stuff.
Yeah, Ruggs, what are you going to give it?
Same score, 8 out of 10 for me. I think it works on a lot of different levels. It is a little bit weird. It does have some things that might be polarizing, and some people might not be into it. I'm not really into the ending as much, but I do get why he did it, and I think it could be seen as a genius move because you end up leaving the movie in a kind of a happier mood.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you that the other movie, the Asian version, is probably way more bleak. Let's see.
I kind of want to see that now to compare. Divisive movie. I just read a thing on Facebook. This guy wrote a whole thing about, I just saw Bugonia, and he goes, I'm never watching another Yorgos Lanthimos movie again. Like, he really hated it. So it's wild. I loved it. I'll even go 8.5. Just kind of my kind of movie. Weird, twisty, dark.
Once you know what the end is and you watch it again, it probably is better because you're not like expecting it to be a different ending.
Yeah. It's very interesting. You appreciate the performances because you're like, she's pretending to not pretend, but actually be the person, but she got to pretend like she's pretending, but she's doing it. It's kind of crazy.
What you just said reminds me of the line when Robert Downey Jr. is in Tropic Thunder.
He's the man. He's a dude playing another dude.
Yeah.
What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people? This is a great movie. You could now make that movie again. All right, good stuff, Bugonia. Let's finish with what are we watching, Anthony? You watch anything?
No, it's been all sports and Oscar stuff, so I haven't watched anything outside of that.
Sports balls and waking up early for the.
That's
how's
right.
that show? Was it fun to watch at least? The nominations.
It's like
presentation.
It's like 20 minutes.
Oh, it's 20 minutes. Oh, you can watch it on their website. All right, I'm gonna go back and watch
It's
it.
very quick. It's not even. I mean, they just announced the nominations. That's it.
Yeah, it's kind of just a weird thing, and then they're like, okay, bye everyone.
So yeah.
Ruggs, what do you got?
I watched the big one that I watched was Twilight of the Warriors Walden movie that came out in 2024.
So, Anthony, after you left the Discord, Jose Ibarra told us about this fucking action movie, and look it up. It looks amazing. I need to watch this. How was it, Ruggs?
It was good. A little long. That's the biggest thing I could say. And it kind of meanders.
6 minutes.
It kind of meanders, and the story's not that excellent, but there is interesting things about it. And basically, in a nutshell, it's about this place called Kowloon City. They call it the Walled City. It's like a giant, massive tenements, and it exists outside of a larger city in Hong Kong. And it's kind of like no man's land. Like it's like all these narrows. It's almost like an impossible set design that they made. Wow. It's like this close quarters. Like it really is. It's like a weird, the most narrowest of places to traverse. And so this guy, he's a refugee. He's like a man out of nowhere, comes into Hong Kong, and he tries to get a gang tries to recruit him because he's a really good fighter, but he just wants his papers. He doesn't want to fucking be involved with a gang. So but they're like forcing him. They're like they're physically forcing him. They're going to kill him. So he just decides to just get the fuck out of there and escapes, steals some of their drugs that they have to try and get money to pay for his papers. And they all chase him, and he hides in this walled city. And he's under protection of the gangs that run the walled city. And so now it's like this gang, all these gangs are kind of in over a skirmish over him. And you start to find out who he really is and who is this like mysterious man. And there's a lot of kung fu that happens. And a lot of fucking crazy shit's going on.
Sammo Hung is
Sammo Hung's the leader of the bad gang.
John Bellatti's favorite.
And I don't know if he's doing his stunts, but he does do some fighting in this movie.
So
his character anyway.
This is how I was instantly sold on the movie, Anthony. In the beginning of the trailer, there's this quick scene. This guy, he's smoking a cigarette. He flicks it in the air. This dude comes at him. He punches him, takes him down, breaks his arm, flips back up as they show you a slow-mo shot of the cigarette falling, catches the cigarette, and continues smoking the cigarette. I was like, I'm fucking in.
I fucking love it.
That's what I want to see.
This movie, it could be a historical movie. I don't even know if any of the history in this shit is true, but it feels like they're trying to do that. But it also is wacky because there's people who are like invincible, like that are like basically invulnerable to pain or swords that can like deflect swords with their hands. There's people have powers out of nowhere, and like people could be like mortally wounded, but then have the ability to fight back, like and do crazy shit. So there's it's an out there kind of. It's not realistic. It's in another realm of realism, but I enjoyed it. I think the sets were great. I think the actors are all kind of had charisma, and there's a nice little group of guys, and they're kind of like their relationships they're fun. And I like the movie. It was a little too long. I think they should cut like about 40 minutes out of this movie.
And it has a long-winded title. It's called Twilight of the Warriors.
Terrible title, man.
Walled In. It is on Tubi.
It's on Tubi. Yeah.
I did find it. I'm definitely going to check it out because it looks...
It's a little long.
It's a little long, but 2 hours, 6 minutes is fine.
I want to talk about another martial arts film that you should definitely not watch.
I mean...
Polite Society. It's a movie that I'm like... The minute I saw the trailer for this movie, I'm like, this is an Imran movie. Imran's going to watch this, whether it's good or bad. And he's going to love it, whether it's good or bad.
So it is about a Pakistani, like, arranged marriage. And the sister is trying to prevent the marriage because the guy is shady. Here's the thing. This movie is 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's on Amazon or something. And I checked it out, and I thought it was just okay. I would have mentioned it. It gets a little too like campy and sitcom-y, right?
Edgar Wright would have directed it, and maybe it would have been fun because it's trying to be Scott Pilgrim, and it's not.
Yes, it didn't work.
It's you know when Scott Pilgrim, like they break into fights in the middle of it, like almost like a musical, but with fighting.
Right.
This is the same thing, but it doesn't work. It doesn't. It's something. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't feel like I think that Cobra Kai
does better
karate than a movie.
That's kind of like, it starts out good, and that's kind of what I was expecting, like a Cobra Kai thing, but it gets like too wacky, and
it doesn't seem like they're selling any of this.
Yeah. So I was like, it's all right. It was just okay, unfortunately. But
like the plot is stupid.
It's full of brown people.
He's trying to clone his mother.
Oh yeah, and there's like a weird that I was like, what the fuck is this movie? It didn't make any sense at the end, so it kind of fell apart. It started out pretty good.
Yeah, I just think that I saw this come up on a few, like when I was doing the martial arts thing.
Yeah.
I saw this come up on a few lists, and I'm like, who the fuck would put this in for martial arts? It's terrible. I mean, if the martial arts was good, it would help the movie a lot, but the martial arts are not good.
It has Ritu Arya in it. She was in Umbrella Academy like the last two seasons.
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah, Nita Mansour, writer, director, and there's like a bunch of people who have been on other things. It had potential, and falls apart.
It needed a better director.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. No, it's okay. No, it's fair.
Watch the latest episode of Primal.
Oh, episode 3 I have not watched yet, but I heard it
progressing the story.
Okay. I heard it's good.
I guess we're starting to
is he getting to Fang?
Starting to see Fang is being hinted at a lot. So,
well, I like the last one where he hallucinates and he sees himself when he was not a zombie, and he sees the spear, and he kind of learns to use a weapon again, right? By the end of it, fighting those fucking lions. That was amazing.
You're starting to see him kind of have flickers of his humanity return. And that's interesting. So I think, it's a great show. I'm glad I saw it. And the last thing I want to talk about before we go to whatever Imran's going to talk about is something that none of you know unless you live on the East Coast or in the tri-state area, is that we lost Uncle Floyd of Floyd Vivino, which is a cable access guy.
Oh.
He had this really terrible cable access show, but he was like a great vaudevillian comedian, pianist. I met him a couple times. So
he had a clown puppet.
Yeah, he had a clown puppet. He had puppets. And he died. So just wanted to shout out Uncle Floyd Vivino, R.I.P.
So he had to be mostly East Coast because I don't recognize this guy.
But Conan O'Brien used to check him out. Oh. And he was a big fan. He spoke of him a bunch of times. So maybe on his podcast he maybe mentioned. Who knows? But
through I guess the 50s early TV, 74 to 1998, New Jersey and New York. Wow.
Yeah.
One of those guys. I see. Nobody's checked out A Night of the Seven Kingdoms yet on the HBO Game of Thrones. Anyone?
Well, I can't get into HBO.
Oh,
I don't have it either.
Fucking bullshit.
No, I added you back on. Remember?
No, it's still telling me I can't get in.
Well, try harder.
What did you add on?
I added you on, Anthony.
Me?
Yeah.
You never told me that.
No, I should have sent you a thing.
Oh.
It's really good. The second episode came out. I'm really digging this show.
We'll review it at the end.
All right. I want to spoil one thing. The first
alert.
Because the beginnings of these episodes, they're doing some funny shit to shock people. So last week I told you the first one started with a fucking poop joke. Guys pooping right as the music starts. This week you get full frontal old man giant cock.
Oh shit.
Just stepping out of this thing in the very beginning. And like this had to be a prosthetic. Because then he like grabs it and takes a piss. And I was like, what the fuck? That's how they start the second episode. That's all I'm going to say. If that doesn't suck you in to get you to watch, I don't know what will. That's all I'm saying. The other thing I checked out on HBO was the Mel Brooks, the 99-year-old man documentary series. It's 2 90-minute episodes. And if you like comedy, you got to watch this. This man is a living comedic genius. And he's 99. He's still around, still got it. And then I went like, holy shit, when I was born, Mel Gibson was 49 fucking years old. How is this possible? But it takes you through his whole career. For one, he was a writer for Sid Caesar on your shows, like pre-television, doing stage and shit, and then joining television and all the movies and his whole career through.
That's insane that you were born.
Yes, he was 49. He was already 49 years old. Think about that. He's fucking 99 and he's still got it, man. They talk about the 2,000-year-old man routine he did with Carl Reiner. This motherfucker outlived Carl Reiner, his wife Anne Bancroft, he was married to, and like Rob Reiner. It's so sad he's in the documentary. And there's a bunch of people. Judd Apatow is interviewing him. And the behind the scenes of all these movies, how he came up with Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles, Spaceballs, and then doing the producers on Broadway was kind of a renaissance.
Did he ever have brushes with death?
Not really. Not really.
Damn.
It's very good. I recommend everyone to learn about comedy legend history. It's fun. And I hope he makes it. He's around long enough to make Spaceballs 2, which is what they're working on. Because that could be good. I also caught this crazy motherfucker, Alex Honnold, climbing a 1,600-foot building in Taipei live on Netflix. And
How long did
doing
that
it,
take?
holy shit, he climbed that thing in 1 hour, 31 minutes. And like it was nothing. This man has no fear trigger. It was the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. No net, just a bag of chalk and him scaling this building like fucking Spider-Man. And then there's these like giant features every so often, every 100 feet on the corners where he's climbing. And I'm like, how the fuck are you getting around this thing? And then he just goes boop, 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 grabs up here, pops up here. He's on top of it. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And at the end, because this is a stunt that has one of two endings. He makes it to the top or he fucking dies. That's the only two ways this thing can end. He climbs to the top of the Needle, the tower, and then just stands up on the fucking building. You can see the pictures. It was the crazy. I couldn't breathe for a lot of it. I was like, you fucking crazy, bro. He's the Free Solo guy. You guys ever see Free Solo documentary?
No.
No, I never saw. I know about it though.
Yeah.
It's very good. Watch Free Solo. That also makes you like, you can't breathe watching. You're like, you're fucking crazy. Free climbing is crazy, but he said like no one's ever, that's the tallest free climb of an urban building anyone's ever done. And just an impressive feat. And he only got paid $500,000 to do it. He could have got a lot more. There's motherfuckers making millions of dollars sitting on benches on TV. This dude did this in 90 minutes without any water, taking a break. There's people in the building taking pictures of him holding signs the whole way. And like he made it look so easy. It was wild. Yeah.
500 G's. He's only going to take home maybe
that's all he did.
300 of that.
Yeah. Well, after taxes. But it was a live event. It went pretty well for Netflix. No glitches. And then I watched last thing. This is a show on Peacock called Ponies. Anybody seen clips for this?
I know what it is. Yeah, it's got the girl from Game of Thrones in it.
Yeah, it's got the Queen of Dragons, Emilia Clarke, and Haley Lou Richardson, who is in the Have Fun, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die trailer. And she was also in the White Lotus second season. She was Jennifer Coolidge's assistant. And essentially it takes place in Moscow in the 70s. These two women are secretaries in the CIA. Their husbands are agents and they got to live this life. And then on the Christmas, they go on this mission on a plane. The plane crashes. The husbands die. They're widows. They get sent back to America. And so Emilia Clarke's character, she's very smart, very buttoned up, knows a lot of languages, knows fluent Russian. The other one is a wild card. She doesn't know any Russian. She's just kind of a crazy person. So Emilia Clarke's character is like, I need to know what happened to her husbands. She somehow convinces the CIA and George Bush to send them back to Moscow so they can be undercover and work with the informants and find out what happened to her husbands and fuck with the KGB and do spy shit. And it was a fun show. It's a really fun show. A lot of great fucking 70s songs, needle drops, and the two girls are great. I enjoyed it. It was good. It's like a spy comedy drama, but
now the episodes are all released, or they're
all out. Yes.
Okay, so you can watch the whole thing.
You watch the whole thing. 8 episodes on Peacock.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun. All right. Next week we will be reviewing Disney's MCU's first entry for 2026. Wonder Man. Is anybody excited for Wonder Man?
No, but I know it's an inevitability. I have to watch it.
We have to watch all of it?
We have to watch all of it. By the time this show posts, they're dumping it all on Tuesday, January 27th. It'll all be out. I think there's only let me check, 6 half-hour episodes.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be...
So 3 hours of watching TV?
Yeah.
I can do that.
We'll need access to the Disney Plus, Imran.
Well, sign in and then I will give you the access. And this is going to be, I can't find how many. 8 episodes.
4 hours.
But I think there will be 30 minutes. First 2 episodes directed by Destin Daniel Cretton. And what's interesting is right now on Rotten Tomatoes, for whatever it's worth, not verified, there's 40... it doesn't say how many reviews, but it's 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. And the early reaction has been interesting. I've seen most people say this is unlike anything the MCU's done. Like it's the MCU meets the studio. I've seen a couple of negative like really harsh reviews, but mostly it is kind of surprising. People say this show is good. I mean, you got fucking Gandhi and Black Manta. Come on. That's got to be good. Ben Kingsley elevates everything he's in. My excitement level is just mid for this, as the kids say. I mean, I'm excited to see some new MCU shit. It's been a while. But dumping it all in one day, I don't know. But can it be good? Maybe.
No.
We'll find out. I still don't even know, like, he's auditioning for this movie. They're remaking it. He gets power. I have no idea. I can't tell. I can't tell if it's going to be good. So we will find out all tomorrow. Anthony, you watching any more movies 2026 coming up?
I think I'm going to I might catch that Arco movie. That's the
I
animated
want to
movie.
see that. It looks
Saturday.
beautiful.
Yeah.
The animated.
I've got a ticket to see that, so that's the next movie that I might go see.
Are you going to watch all the nominated animated movies?
No, probably not.
I hope K-pop wins at least one.
I'm going to go watch that Jason Statham movie. Shelter.
So I was going to shove a movie also, but that's a lot to review. So here's
we'll
the
do
thing.
Wonder Man.
The following week, we could do Shelter. We can also, I'm kind of interested in Sam Raimi's Send Help. I've also heard that's been getting some good reviews.
That's future problems. We'll just review Wonder Man.
Wonder Man, and then we'll pick one of these fucking movies.
Let's live in the now, Imran.
Yeah.
That's for future Imran to figure out. In the meantime, right now, Ruggs, where can the listener find you online?
Oh, you could find me online at Rug Boy Show on X.
Amongst
where, I'm scrolling through that, and oh my God, it's a bad place. Don't go there.
He's in between the porn and the Elon Musk tweets. You just got to.
There is like a lot of weird porn, like porn being put on there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like for some reason it's like there's like this clip of like some kind of Asian porn.
No,
that's
hentai.
No, it's like
Tentacles?
from a movie.
Oh.
It's like a scene from a movie, but like I don't know why people are posting it. I don't know why it's on my feed, but I've come across it many times.
Twitter, the place for Asian porn. Ding.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's what they do there. In the meantime, listener, check out our website, jockandnerd.com. You can find all the ways to support and connect and get in touch with us. Share the show. That is the most important thing you could do. Costs you nothing. Means everything to us. Thank you for listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the jock.
And he's the nerd.
We'll peep you next time.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Oh, okay.
My balls was hot.
Always a good one. Jock and Nerd.